What's up everyone, it's the GTG coming to you from Singapore to the NYC, and today's video is part 2 of the Grow Taller mindset, and I'm going to be talking about the opinions of others. It's one of those subjects that a lot of people find it hard to get their head around really. A lot of people have to deal with the opinions of others, and it's quite a big topic which does affect a lot of people. So the way I see it is you have the opinions from others, and then you have the opinions from yourself. So everyone has opinions. It's more natural than breathing. You can't help the fact that human beings take what they see at first glance and they analyze it, and it's like a protective feature. You know, like if you see a spider and you're like, whoa. Well, not everyone's scared of spiders, but I am. And you think, whoa, spider, and you instantly, it's like an instant reaction. So obviously when you see someone who's maybe a bit taller, or maybe someone who's fat, or maybe someone who's thin, maybe someone who's ugly, maybe someone who's beautiful, you can't help what your mind first thinks about that person, because it's just natural. It's like, I find sometimes if I'm in town or something, or I'm walking somewhere, if I see a girl who I think is hot, I can't help but look at them and think they're hot because it's like naturally imprinted into your mind. So don't try and suppress your own natural opinions, but you know, obviously just be aware that that's just like a natural, it's like a protective thing in your mind that protects you from, you know, like I think it's just been inbuilt into human beings just as a protective function. So I think a lot of people, when others pass judgment onto them, so for instance, I think you are short. By someone saying to you, I think you are short, with a lot of people who haven't built up their mind, they would think, oh no, I'm short. Oh man, like, and they actually believe the statement of what the person's saying to them to be true. Like they believe that opinion of them is true, and then it gets sunk into the subconscious, and then they believe that fact to be true. You know, I think for a lot of people, they let other people's judgments paralyze them into complete inaction. They just think, oh jeez man, like my mate Steve says I'm short, so that's it, man. He says that I can't grow. So because he's my mate, I believe him, man. You know, like obviously whatever he says is the truth. And I think even worse is when it is your friend telling you, because if your friend tells you something, you believe it more to be true than if it was someone like a bully or someone you didn't really like. Quite often it's good if someone who you don't like says something to you, because you think, whatever man, I'll prove you wrong, you know? So it's just one of those things. Like if someone, I've had it before, and my mum said to me, I've felt perfectly fine, you know, and like maybe I've been training or something, maybe a little bit like fatigued, and she said, oh, you look a bit pale today, are you alright? And I'm like, I think so. And she's like, feeling my temperature and stuff? Are you sure your temperature's quite high? Actually, Mum, I think you're right. Yeah, I didn't feel that great. Yeah, I think I'm actually getting a bit of a sniffle, you know, Mum. And it's weird how like just the power of suggestion can get you to feel as though something is right. But my advice is just don't conform to other people's beliefs, because you're in control of your mind. Don't let what other people say be set in stone into your subconscious, okay? If anything, push against the negativity. Use it. I remember in a Blade film, actually, I think it might have been Blade Trinity, and Blade's talking to Jessica Biel, and something happened. I think she like lost a family member or something, and he's like, use it. And when I first watched it, I thought, what's he talking about? Use it? Use what? But obviously, he was telling Jessica Biel to use the negative impact of that situation to push against. If someone doesn't tell you something negative, you've got no reason, you've got no call to action, you've got nothing to push against. It's like if someone like, obviously, like, I'm trying to lose weight at the moment and trying to get proper ripped. So if someone hasn't said to me maybe years ago, oh, you know, you're fat you are, or, you know, maybe if I hadn't thought that in my own mind, then I wouldn't have had that wall to push against to make me, you know, like, it's like an energy release. Like, I can push my energy against that negative and become stronger. So don't let others' opinions be set in stone, and don't conform to what their beliefs are about you to be true, because they're not. What you believe about you is true, and that's where I'm going to come on to the next point, because sometimes the most destructive thoughts are the ones that you create in your own head. I remember, like, ages ago when I was 21 stone, I used to be in the changing room, and I'd be getting changed, and I'd be like taking my top off and getting ready. And if there was like a guy next to me, perhaps just like, you know, looking at me out the corner of his eye, I would think in my own mind, that guy's looking at me, that guy thinks I'm fat. And it's the same with going taller. Like, I'm sure, like, some of you short guys have had it out there where you think, maybe you're in the gym, or maybe you're just in public and you think, that guy's looking at me out the corner of his eye, that tall guy over there, he thinks that I'm short, he thinks that I'm not a worthy adversary, or, you know, like, he's looking down on me, you know, that type of attitude. But the weird thing is regardless of what he thinks, he's got his own opinions, he's got his own problems. It's what you're creating in your own mind. So if you don't say to yourself, oh, that guy's looking at me over there, you know, it's like, it's stupid really, because you think you're making up this own fear in your own mind of what you think that other person's thinking, even though you don't even know what they're thinking. And what are the odds of that person coming over to you and saying, you know what, mate, you're short, you are, you're really short. So if they do that, you can just go back to the first bit of advice that I give you, which is just push against the negativity. So if worse comes to worse and that person does come over to you in the changing rooms or in public and say, you know what, you're this, use it. So quite often we build up this massive thing in our own heads, like, oh my god, that guy over there thinks that I'm this and this, he's looking at me because he thinks I'm short. The only reason why you think that is because you haven't got the confidence to believe that he's not thinking that, if you know what I'm saying. So that guy could be just thinking, oh, I think I know that guy over there, or oh, that guy looks like someone who does grow taller videos online. Like, if someone's looking at me now, like, imagine if you were blind. If you were blind, you wouldn't have that opinion, would you? If you were blind, you wouldn't be able to see anyone around you, you wouldn't be able to see anyone looking at you, you'd be able to just be free and just, apart from not seeing, but you'd be able to not be bothered by the opinion, well, what you think others are thinking about you, if that makes sense. So, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's going to have opinions. That guy is going to have opinions of you, you're going to have opinions of that guy, but the thing is, neither of you are going to cross paths, 99% of the time, and say, oh, I think you're this, and this, because everyone is in their own little bubble. No one wants to, everyone wants everything to be smooth in life, you know, so it's like we go to, you know, I've been going to the gym here in Singapore for about a month and a half now, and there's a lot of, it's like a completely mixed race gym, and there's not that many white guys in there, and there's loads of guys looking at me, and I don't think, oh, they're looking at me because they think I'm fat, or they think this, and this. They're just looking at me because they're like, oh, this is different. We haven't seen this guy before, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter what they think, because they're never going to come up to me and say, oh, I think you're this, and this. So it's just stupid, man. So I think that's it, guys. I think, you know, the main thing is about this video, I just want you to remember that if someone is saying something negative about you, use it to push against their opinion and rise to the challenge. You know, if someone says, you're short, blah, 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 you'll never grow, you're past puberty, whatever you hear on YouTube, whatever Lance tells you is complete BS. Just rise to the challenge, be like, Alright then, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. And then also, most importantly, don't let those destructive thoughts that you have in your own mind about what you think others are thinking about you destroy you to inaction. Just remember that, you know, like in the last video, you've got 24 hours, just keep pushing to the limits. So eliminate that negativity. Well, don't eliminate it, push against it. So, and 99% of the time, that guy over there who you think's looking at you because he thinks you're short isn't going to come over and say, I think you're short. And if he does, use it. Use it, as Blade would say. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative. And also, if you want me to big you up or give you a shout out on one of my next videos, that's cool, man. If you want me to inject some positivity into you, then just post on the bottom of this video. Hey Lance, give me a shout out. I need your positive energy injecting into me. So I'll give a big shout out on the next video. Hope you found this video informative. This is the GTG signing off from Singapore to the NYC, and I am out.